I knew it. That's all they do is lie, lie, lie. I have a video right here. You guys have to see it in its entirety. It tells a video of Beyonce and Jay-Z been lying to us this whole time. I already knew that their relationship was not based on real love. No, 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 no. This is pushed and sold, okay? Let's not forget Beyonce was a child. She didn't know nothing about love or marriage or relationship, but Jay-Z, he done ran through so many young girls, little girls. Honey, this ain't nothing. Y'all need to watch this video so we can learn all that Jay-Z and Beyonce, all the lies and all the scams they've been running on us. Okay, and we need to know because they are putting them on a pedestal and just believing any and everything that Beyonce and Jay-Z says. And they need to know the truth of the matter, okay? So let's watch this video. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe here at the Messy Sweet Spot. Let's go.
Beyonce will stand by Jay-Z despite allegations against him.
Beyonce has been left upset and concerned after a judge chose not to throw out rape claims filed against her husband.
Superstar Beyonce is reportedly standing by her husband, Jay-Z, amid shocking rape allegations.
Sources have said that Beyonce was heartbroken after hearing the age of the girl making accusations against Jay-Z. She's decided, regardless of this, she'll be sticking by her husband just like she did when he stepped out on their marriage before.
Just to have someone that you just like, you know?
So you might be wondering how old the girl was when this incident happened. She was just 13 years old.
A Jane Doe in a lawsuit says the assault happened at an after party.
After several attempts through Jay-Z's lawyer, Alex Spiro, to get rid of the case or force the woman to be publicly identified, Judge Annalisa Torres sided with the girl, granting the woman anonymity for the next stage of proceedings. A source revealed although Beyonce is heartbroken about all of this, she said the only thing she can do is stay by her man's side. She also believes that it never happened.
You know, we were friends first, and that foundation is so important in a relationship.
But she's concerned because the accuser is actually the same age as her daughter, Blue Ivy. I'm going to read you guys the statement that the source said. She 1000% believes him, but it is very messed up to deal with, not only because everything is in the public eye, but as a mother of a daughter at a similar age to the accuser at the time, it is heartbreaking. Beyonce, who's been blessed with a life where she usually has control of her own narrative, now has to deal with this. And there isn't anything she can do except support her man, be there for each other as the legal side of things go through its motions. The insider added that Beyonce has accepted that there isn't much she can do to help right now. Her husband is seen by the world in a very negative light. They continue to say it is a lot to deal with, and for her to try to think on ways to help the situation is tiring, especially when she can only literally do a certain amount of things that may sway the public's perception. She will be by Jay-Z's side throughout, and she's really starting to accept that that's all she can really do. They noted that she's keen to get back to her normal life as soon as possible, saying that she's praying that this will all be over soon and isn't dragged out. Everyone wants to get back to their life and everyone wants to be happy. A second source noted that the case had caused a lot of emotional dismay for Beyonce. They explained while at first she was going to go into overdrive to try and show what a good man her husband is, she has now decided to take a different approach. She knows that she must let this play out and not try to get involved anymore because it really does not involve her at all, they stated. So because of the nature of what happened, I have to change the wording of what happened. But some of the things that came up, I'm not allowed to mention, but the accuser was only 13 years old at the time of the alleged incident. Now she's being referred to as Jane Doe. It happened at a 2000 MTV Music Video Awards after party in New York. She was first approached by Diddy, and then the incident happened with both of them. Obviously, Jay-Z is denying these claims, but his denies are kind of sus because his lawyer has said that him and Diddy were never even friends and there's no friendship there. And it's public knowledge that this isn't true. So if you're starting your defense off with lies, it's obviously not a great defense. The woman, who was only 13 years old at the time, was pretty much tricked into going into this party, allegedly. She was given things to alter her state of mind, allegedly, and then the unthinkable happened with Diddy, Jay-Z, and a female celebrity was watching. She was allegedly completely taken advantage of. Also, I'm not sure if you guys know of Tony Buzby, but he is one of the coolest lawyers around. Saying his name literally gives me goosebumps because he's so passionate about helping people who deserve it get justice. Anyway, Tony Buzby is Jane Doe's lawyer. Tony's lawsuit against Jay-Z is part of a series of civil cases he filed against Diddy, who remains jailed in New York as he awaits trial on the crazy federal charges that we all know about. Jay-Z said the lawsuit against him is part of an extortion attempt, and then spoke about how Tony tried to blackmail him. I mean, after Jay-Z said he wasn't friends with Diddy at all, there's no friendship. I don't really believe anything he says, personally. This is what Jay-Z had to say about Tony Buzby. He said, "I have no idea how you've come to be such a bad human, Mr. Buzby, but I promise you I have seen your kind many times over. You claim to be a Marine. Marines are known for their valor. You have neither honor nor dignity." The awesome Tony Buzby, a well-known name in Texas courtrooms who has won billions of dollars in settlements for his clients, has said his firm is representing more than 150 people, both men and women, who have had things happen to them by Diddy. Buzby's firm, which is set up at 1-800 for accusers, has alleged that many of the people he represents were taken advantage of at parties in New York, California, Florida, where individuals were given things to alter their state of mind and then taken advantage of. Diddy's lawyers have dismissed Buzby's lawsuits as shameless publicity stunts designed to extract payments from celebrities who fear having lies spread about them. In the lawsuit against Jay-Z, Tony claimed he tried to mess with him and his client over the incident said to have happened at a 2000 VMAs after party, but this has backfired by emboldening them to take the case to court. Tony also said he is very proud of his client's resolve. He also said instead of talking to the media about it, they're going to take it to court and let the filings speak for themselves. He also said that they won't get bogged down in a silly slideshow and try to make the lawyers focus on what are very serious allegations brought by a very courageous woman. So, to distract herself from the mess of everything, Beyonce had a Christmas performance for the NFL. A separate insider explained that Beyonce was able to use the high-profile performance to take her mind off of her personal life and to remind people that she's still the best performer in music today, at least in her own mind. The source continued to say, one major and wonderful turnout from her performance was that it gave her some time to not worry about anything that Jay is going through with the lawsuit. She was so consumed with her performance, so concerned with Blue Ivy, and so consumed with all the details of the performance that it took away any thoughts of the mess that they will be dealing with as a family over the next few months. They continued. Jay-Z was caught lying, saying he's not friends with Diddy. This is wild.
Jay-Z's lawyer is claiming that Mr. Carter has nothing to do with Mr. Combs' case or Mr. Combs.
We expect Mr. Carter to be fully cleared of all of this in the coming days.
Rap mogul Jay-Z firing back at a woman accusing him of rape and her lawyer.
Almost nothing that she says has checked out because this never happened.
Jay-Z's attorney, Alex Spiro, is pushing to get a judge to dismiss the rape lawsuit against his client.
Jay-Z's lawyer is claiming they knew each other professionally for a number of years. They were allegedly never close.
They're besties. How suspicious is this? Like, to say that there's no friendship is crazy. Jay-Z's lawyer is grasping at straws, and now he's saying that there is absolutely no friendship between Jay-Z and Diddy.
His lawyer's claiming Jay-Z has nothing to do with Diddy.
Most people who are following the case know what Jay-Z is being accused of. He took place in a certain act with Diddy, as said by a girl who is being referred to as Jane Doe. The girl's only 13 years old.
Jay-Z now accused of raping a 13-year-old girl in 2000.
This happened at a music video awards after party in the year 2000. His lawyer said, this case needs to be dismissed and Mr. Carter's name needs to be fully cleared.
We expect Mr. Carter to be fully cleared of all of this in the coming days.
Jay-Z is also known as Sean Carter. He's consistently described the accusations as idiotic and implored the accuser to file a criminal complaint if she was truly seeking justice. He went further, expressing how he felt over the nature of his claims. Whoever would commit such a crime should be locked away. Would you not agree? In the weeks since the allegations came to light, Jay-Z's team has distanced him from Sean Combs, who is facing severe criminal charges, as we all know. His lawyer went on to say there is no friendship or long-time bond here. Just because they knew each other, know each other, doesn't mean anything. Okay, come on now. They were besties. To say there was no long-time bond? Seriously? Come on. Jay-Z has also said this incident did not happen. The accuser, on the other hand, has expressed her determination to stand by her claims, saying, you should always fight for what happened to you. Her conviction is clear no matter what she faces. She intends to be a voice for those who have went through this in silence. Is it possible to erase the history between Jay-Z and Diddy simply because the former's lawyer said so? The alleged parties and the social circles they shared all tell a different tale. Back in 2009, Diddy fondly recalled a moment when Jay-Z made the effort to attend his birthday party. The two shared a genuine connection, and as Diddy said, people see us as competitors and different icons in the hip-hop game, but that was just a moment of two black brothers telling each other how much they appreciate each other. One thing that complicates the situation further is the connection to Diddy's infamous freak-off parties. These were the talk of the town, with his exclusive white parties drawing a who's who of celebrities. Some partygoers have been open about the chaos that unfolded on these gatherings, though there's no concrete evidence linking them to any criminal behavior. The amount of people being dragged into this Diddy drama is diabolical. Jay-Z, Beyonce, Kanye, LeBron James, even Drake. There are sources that say that Drake ended up getting involved in partying hard with Diddy to the point where they were beefing over some unknown reason. Now it's said that Drake is trying to distance himself from Diddy and anyone who's close to Diddy, even unfollowing LeBron James on Instagram. Adria Sherry English, a former dancer at these events, earlier came forward in a civil lawsuit where she not only accused Diddy of different things, but also named some of the big names who attended these parties. In her lawsuit, she claimed Diddy had promised access to influential individuals like Jay-Z. In her words, she said, "I agreed to do it because heck yeah, I'm at an exclusive thing where Jay-Z was there, Beyonce, Diddy, all the big names." Alex Spiro, who's Jay-Z's lawyer, may say that Jay-Z's reputation remains untouched. But as the legal proceedings unfold, the complicated history between him and Diddy will be analyzed like never before. Diddy's trial is scheduled to commence in May 2025, so people will definitely get some answers at that time. LeBron recently took a break from basketball, and when he returned, he explained that it was due to a foot injury. However, some people are speculating that it might actually be because he's tied to the Diddy drama. Before he stepped away, a few things happened. One was a video of him and Diddy on a live stream where LeBron says, "Ain't no party like a Diddy party," while Diddy smirks. There were also several fake images circulating, including one of LeBron in a dress. Additionally, there are clips of him partying at Diddy's events, living it up. The whole situation doesn't look great. I'm hoping LeBron is just being caught up in something that he didn't fully understand, especially considering the rumors about Diddy. It's really unfortunate that some people who may be completely innocent are having their reputations tarnished because of Diddy's actions. This serves as a reminder of how important it is to be mindful of the company you keep. You're often judged by the people you associate yourself with. Jay-Z's in hot water over accusations of some seriously bad stuff, but his lawyer's like, no, not true. They're also trying to distance Jay-Z from Diddy, who's got his own legal mess to deal with, obviously, we all know. Apparently, they're not even close friends, despite Diddy gushing about Jay-Z in public. So it's safe to say Diddy's wild parties are under the microscope. A former dancer suing, spilling all the tea on all sorts of alleged actions, name-dropping a bunch of celebs who were there. She claims Diddy promised her access to big shots like Jay-Z, which just shows how tangled up these guys are. Jay-Z's lawyer insists that he is squeaky clean, but with all the history between Jay-Z, Diddy, things are about to get messy as the legal drama unfolds. Diddy's trial next year might reveal some juicy details. Meanwhile, LeBron James, Kanye, Drake, Kim Kardashian, Beyonce, Jay-Z, J-Lo, Kate Moss, many more are now being dragged into the mix. I don't know what to believe or what I find the most surprising, but we'll have to wait and see. The whole situation surrounding Diddy and the people caught up in his orbit is getting messier and messier by the day. Jay-Z's lawyer keeps insisting that there's no friendship between him and Diddy, but come on, we all know better. They've been tight for years, and pretending like they weren't is honestly a little suspicious. The case itself is a roller coaster. Jay-Z's denying everything, calling the accusations idiotic. His lawyer is doing everything they can to clear his name. But with the history between these two, it's not going to be as simple as saying, we weren't close. Add to that Diddy's notorious parties, and it's no surprise that so many big names are being pulled into the drama. Everyone's name is floating around in connection to the Diddy after parties. Whether they were involved or just in the wrong place at the wrong time, their reputations are being dragged. And then there's a former dancer who's suing Diddy, claiming she was promised access to stars like Jay-Z and Beyonce. It's all a big mess of tangled relationships and questionable choices. So yeah, we're left trying to make sense of it all. With Diddy's trial set for 2025, it's clear we're in for a long wait before we get any real answers. But one thing's for sure, the fallout from this, it's only just beginning, and it's going to be affecting a lot more people than we might expect.
Beyonce's connection to Diddy is way deeper than everybody thought.
It was genius. I think Beyonce did a great job, and she tackled something.
Not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well.
Jay-Z and Beyonce have many conspiracy theories recently with all of this stuff that has come out against Diddy.
Bey and Jay are one of the most dominant power couples, so her name has already been dragged into online speculation.
It was hard for me to be in that space.
She's known him personally for decades now. And her husband have been seen partying with Diddy.
Oh, you put that thing on the whoop.
as well as praising him in some of the videos that have surfaced with them. And they've literally been partying with this guy, hanging out with him, working with him for decades now.
How much money?
And Diddy also has had a hand in helping Beyonce get to where she is today. And now we all see these claims coming out, more and more of them, saying that Beyonce, like, she definitely knew what was really going on at them Diddy parties. And she's been keeping some major secrets, not just about Diddy, but also about her and her husband, Jay-Z. And these secrets, like, she's kept them airtight for years. And we all see the headlines, guys. Diddy, 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 all day, every day. He's in the news. Everybody's talking about Diddy. Everybody's talking about his parties and his not so great behavior. This is the main reason, of course, why Beyonce's name is being brought up so often now. Not just for her music, but also because of this whole Diddy stuff. And people are looking at their friendship under magnifying glasses now, because they're like, okay, something's gotta be going on here. How could they have such a close, tight bond and her not know what was going on behind closed doors with Diddy? Not necessarily that she was involved directly, but how could you not know what was going on? So again, more and more of these claims are coming up. People are questioning whether or not Beyonce and her husband, Jay-Z, should also be supporting Diddy in this whole thing. But remember, guys, they have been keeping quiet, so they haven't said anything to directly support Diddy, and they haven't said anything to directly condemn what Diddy did. And this is surprising because they have a huge bond. Like, this is not just a regular friendship. This seems like this is some, family ties. They roll in the same circle. All of them are major successes in the music industry. But a lot of users online are commenting and saying that, well, they've actually really been quiet because they are low-key trying to support Diddy in a way, right? Like, they don't want to get dragged into the drama themselves. Like, they still want to stay out of it. But because of their bond with Diddy, Beyonce, and Jay-Z, they want to secretly support him. Like, this is, maybe, I don't know, this is getting into those theories, and it'll definitely lead you down a rabbit hole if you view content on all of these theories. But yeah, I'm just saying what I see people saying online. Beyonce and Diddy, they've been tight for years. They're like a family. They've been through thick and thin. And at even one point, there was this interview where Diddy mentioned that he was a little bit envious of what Beyonce and Jay-Z had going on in their relationship. But even though Diddy's been in the hot seat as well as behind bars now, he could still be getting some behind the scenes support from Beyonce. Again, I don't make these theories up, guys. I'm just sharing what I've been seeing, because friendship like that doesn't just evaporate. So it's definitely one theory that Beyonce and Jay-Z are sticking by Diddy, behind closed doors, secretly, trying to work things in his favor, maybe trying to shift the narrative around him a little bit, helping with money, who knows? And if that's the case, this would show that, their friendship definitely goes way beyond just partying and having a good time. It's a friendship that's built on history, shared experiences, mutual respect, sort of like, that family mentality of whatever happens to one of us happens to all of us, and we're all in this together. There have been many, many claims over the years of them being involved in secret societies and secret organizations, and they band together in times of need. So yeah, again, just one claim, guys. This is just one theory, but it's definitely plausible due to the fact that we've seen powerful and influential people support one another before, both publicly and in secret. And when it has been done in secret. We've seen some cases where it comes to light later on and people are like, oh my goodness, this was actually going on and I didn't know. Some people think that Beyonce was involved too, while others think that she's just trying to, protect her privacy. There was some reports that Jay-Z and Diddy, when they were forcing this 13-year-old to commit certain acts, there was a woman in the room with them, an unnamed celebrity woman, and that's key. Some people are saying that that could be Beyonce, while others are saying that maybe it's J-Lo. Who knows? Now, I've found that opinions about this is completely divided. Like, I've been into forums and I've been into comments on videos where people are saying that this is only happening because people don't like Beyonce and that people don't like Jay-Z. So they're doing their best to smear them. They don't like the fact that Beyonce entered into country music. They just don't like them. And this is what's stemming all of these accusations against them. Because Beyonce's fans are saying, like, why would they respond so quickly and strongly when their names were mentioned by Jaguar Wright when she went on Piers Morgan's show? Like, swiftly, Beyonce's lawyer, Alex Spiro, they sent a letter to Piers Morgan telling him to literally take down the sections of the interview with Jaguar Wright's claims in them. And Piers Morgan had to issue a public apology after that. So Beyonce definitely made it clear that she won't allow anyone to drag her and her husband's name through the mud. Like, we see these quick responses, like they're just not playing around. Jay-Z went public on social media, sharing some stuff, sharing his thoughts. So this feeds into people's beliefs that this is all just happening to smear them. And if they were guilty, they wouldn't remain silent. But again, on the flip side, like I said, guys, this is so divided. It just seems like people think that, Beyonce is just trying to cover up for herself and not get her and her husband dragged into all of this mess. But nowadays, rumors and speculations spread so fast, like crazy, all over the internet. And because of this, everything a celebrity does gets looked at and analyzed, and it leads to strong opinions that people have, like just very heavy debates going on. But if the claims turn out to be true and Beyonce has been covering up some secrets, this would definitely be the end of her. Beyonce's success, of course, it comes from her talent, her hard work, her dedication, and those are things that make her the artist that she is. And I'm a huge fan of Beyonce personally, so I really hope that she's not connected to Diddy in a negative way. But I've been disappointed in the past, so I'm not gonna look at this with biased lenses. I'm just gonna sit back and wait and see and follow this until the end, guys. But I know Beyonce has her loyal fans, the Beehive. They're super loyal and they think that Beyonce can do no wrong. And they're reminding everybody that Beyonce, she's a philanthropist, she's an activist, and she's a good person. She's always trying to fix social problems. And her most loyal fans are saying that her character shouldn't be questioned just because she's been seen hanging around Diddy. But all in all, though, the conversation, the discussions, they're going to still keep on going. And I think we as the public just need to take a look at this, not necessarily with biased lenses. You can do that if you want, sure. But I think ultimately there's no point in getting super heated with anybody online about this. We just literally need to wait and see how things play out.
Secret details about Jay-Z and Beyonce's relationship that we can't ignore.
We met a long time ago. Award shows, a lot of different performances.
Been rumored that you're dating Jay-Z, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. 2 confession albums, an elevator fight, Jay-Z has officially confirmed that he cheated on the Beyonce.
Jay-Z and Beyonce have had some interesting moments.
We didn't know much about Jay-Z and Beyonce's relationship post-cheating, but now it looks like the rapper is finally ready to open up about his past.
And if you haven't experienced love and you don't understand it and you don't have the tools to move forward, then you're gonna have complications.
But that's not all. From Diddy to other things you might not have known, the rabbit hole goes deep. Jay-Z and Beyonce are celebrated as the ultimate power couple, commanding influence in music, business, and pop culture. Yet their relationship has not been without downs. Beneath the glamour lies a series of incidents and connections that have raised eyebrows over the years. Jay-Z and Beyonce's early rise to fame placed them in close proximity to Sean Diddy Combs, one of the most powerful figures in the music industry during the late 1990s and early 2000s. Diddy, known for his extravagant parties and high-profile collaborations, was instrumental in shaping the East Coast hip-hop scene. However, his name has also been tied to a string of things ranging from exploitative business dealings to allegations of misconduct at his infamous gatherings. Jay-Z, a close associate of Diddy in their early careers, frequently attended Diddy's events and benefited from their shared industry connections.
Put that thing on the...
This association led some to question whether Jay-Z turned a blind eye to Diddy's darker dealings in favor of maintaining his meteoric rise in the music world. Though Beyonce's early career as a member of Destiny's Child kept her slightly removed from the hip-hop's inner circle, her eventual relationship with Jay-Z brought her into Diddy's orbit. While neither she nor Jay-Z has been directly implicated in any of Diddy's problems, their silence during moments when Diddy faced public scrutiny has been interpreted as self-preservation. Their connection to Diddy, who remains a polarizing figure, casts a shadow over the carefully curated image Jay-Z and Beyonce have built. Many have questioned how much they knew about the alleged misconduct happening within their circle, and whether their silence was a strategic choice to protect their burgeoning empire. One of the most infamous aspects of Jay-Z and Beyonce's relationship is the revelation of his infidelity. Beyonce's 2016 album Lemonade shocked fans with its raw, deeply personal exploration of betrayal and reconciliation.
I know women wander the hallways at night. You come home at 3 a.m. and lie to me.
Songs like Hold Up and Sorry detailed the pain of being cheated on.
I tried to change, closed my mouth more.
With pointed references to Becky with the good hair, a woman widely speculated to be at the center of Jay-Z's unfaithfulness. The drama didn't end with Lemonade. In 2017, Jay-Z released 444, an album many viewed as a public apology to Beyonce. In the title track, Jay-Z admitted to emotional failings.
Jay addresses the cheating rumors saying, quote, "And if my children knew, I don't even know what I would do."
Saying, "I apologize, often womanized, took for my child to be born, see through a woman's eyes." The album laid bare his regrets, and in interviews he discussed how therapy helped him confront his toxic behaviors. Despite their reconciliation, the fallout from Jay-Z's infidelity left a stain on their public image. Fans and critics alike questioned how a couple that presented themselves as a model of unity could weather such a betrayal. Some praised Beyonce for her strength and decision to rebuild the relationship, while others criticized Jay-Z for his actions and wondered if the couple's reconciliation was motivated more by business considerations than personal healing. To this day, the narrative surrounding Jay-Z's cheating continues to linger, with fans analyzing their interactions for signs of lingering tension or unresolved issues. Few moments in Jay-Z and Beyonce's relationship have captured public attention like the infamous elevator altercation at the 2014 Met Gala. Leaked surveillance footage showed Beyonce's sister, Solange Knowles, going after Jay-Z while Beyonce stood nearby, seemingly unfazed.
Solange Knowles, Beyonce's sister, was caught on camera physically attacking Jay-Z in an elevator while Beyonce stood by.
The shocking footage sparked widespread speculation about what led to the confrontation. Reports soon suggested that the whole thing stemmed from Solange confronting Jay-Z over his alleged infidelity. Rumors circulated that Jay-Z had been overly friendly with fashion designer Rachel Roy, further fueling the narrative of his wandering eye. Beyonce's calm demeanor during the altercation led fans to wonder if she had silently sided with her sister or if she was merely trying to de-escalate the situation. While the trio released a joint statement calling it a private family matter, the damage to their public image was already done. Memes and jokes about the elevator incident spread like wildfire, and fans dissected the footage frame by frame, trying to uncover hidden meanings. The Met Gala incident underscored the cracks in their relationship and offered a rare, unguarded glimpse into the drama behind their polished exterior. superior. While they have since moved past the incident publicly, it remains one of the most discussed moments in the relationship's history. When Jay-Z acquired Tidal in 2015, the music streaming service was marketed as a game changer for artists, promising higher payouts and more control over content. Tidal positioned itself as the artist-friendly alternative to platforms like Spotify and Apple Music. Beyonce was one of the company's most prominent supporters, using the platform to exclusively release her groundbreaking album Lemonade. However, Tidal quickly became embroiled in discussion. The company was accused of inflating streaming numbers for both Beyonce's Lemonade and Jay-Z's 444, leading to criticism that the service prioritized their interests over fairness and transparency. A 2018 investigative report revealed inconsistencies in Tidal's data, with alleged whistleblowers accusing the company of fabricating millions of streams to boost their numbers. Additionally, former employees accused Tidal of fostering toxic work environments, with claims that the focus on Jay-Z and Beyonce's content created an uneven playing field for other artists. Critics argued that the service's artist-first ethos was merely a marketing ploy to protect the couple's dominance in the industry. The streaming allegations damaged Tidal's reputation and cast doubt on the authenticity of Jay-Z and Beyonce's business practices. While Tidal remains operational, its rocky history has left a lasting mark on the couple's brand. Jay-Z and Beyonce's On the Run tours were promoted as celebrations of their love and collaborative genius, but many believe they served a more calculated purpose: damage control. The first tour in 2014 coincided with the fallout from the infamous elevator incident. Fans noticed that the couple seemed to be pushing the narrative of unity just as rumors of Jay-Z's infidelity were gaining traction. Beyonce performed emotionally charged songs from her self-titled album, including Flawless and Drunk in Love, while fans scrutinized their onstage chemistry for clues about their marriage. By the time the On the Run 2 tour launched in 2018, the stakes were even higher. This was just 2 years after Beyonce's Lemonade laid bare the betrayal in their relationship, and a year after Jay-Z's 444 attempted to pick up the pieces. The tour acted as a public reconciliation, a way to remind the world that they were still together and, more importantly, still a brand. Critics argue that these tours were less about music and more about protecting their image. The timing, the messaging, and the highly choreographed displays of affection seemed designed to shift attention away from their personal struggles and back to their carefully curated power couple status. Jay-Z is no stranger to rap beefs, but some of his most notorious rivalries have allegedly involved Beyonce behind the scenes. While Jay-Z's public feuds with rappers like Nas and Kanye West are well documented, insiders have hinted that Beyonce's influence often exacerbates tensions. The most infamous example is the fallout between Jay-Z and Kanye West. Once close collaborators and friends, the two artists drifted apart following Kanye's behavior and increasingly erratic public statements.
Rumors are going around that Jay-Z threatened Kanye West shortly before their friendship ended, and insiders are now saying Jay wanted to control Kanye from the very start.
The final straw came in 2016 when Kanye ranted during a concert about Jay-Z and Beyonce allegedly skipping his wedding to Kim Kardashian. While Jay-Z kept his responses measured, sources claim Beyonce was a driving force behind the cold shoulder. Known for her perfectionism and carefully managed public persona, Beyonce reportedly disapproved of Kanye's unpredictability and his marriage to Kardashian, whom she allegedly viewed as a threat to their brand. The feud highlighted how personal and professional dynamics often overlapped in their relationship, with Beyonce playing a significant role in shaping Jay-Z's alliances. While Jay-Z and Beyonce's love story is celebrated, some fans and critics have questioned whether their marriage is as much a business arrangement as it is a personal commitment. The power couple has built an empire worth over $2 billion, with ventures spanning music, fashion, streaming, and more. Their combined influence is undeniable, but it often seems like their relationship serves as a strategic cornerstone for their brand. From joint albums like Everything Is Love to exclusive appearances at high-profile events, their public interactions often feel designed to reinforce their power rather than offer genuine glimpses into their personal lives. This transactional vibe has led some to speculate that their marriage endures not solely because of love, but because of what they stand to lose if they were to split. Their combined net worth, business partnerships, and influence make them one of the most formidable power couples in history, but it also means that their wealth is inexplicably tied with one another. Several artists and employees have accused Roc Nation of prioritizing profits over ethics. Musicians have claimed that the management company fails to provide adequate support, with some alleging they've been left to fend for themselves during critical moments in their careers. Others have pointed to the company's involvement in shady deals, such as Jay-Z's partnership with the NFL as evidence of questionable priorities. The NFL deal, which Jay-Z framed as a way to address social justice issues through entertainment, was particularly polarizing. Critics accused him of selling out and undermining the efforts of activists like Colin Kaepernick, whose protests against police brutality had led to his blacklisting from the league.
Here's the truth about Beyonce and Jay-Z's connection to P. Diddy. In a recent interview with Piers Morgan, Jaguar Wright made some serious allegations against Beyonce and Jay-Z as she exposed the details of Diddy's freak-off parties.
He's got everybody on tape. They all know it.
The couple's lawyer then sent a request to remove the statement, but it only raised more questions, especially since a cop known for investigating the hip-hop scene thinks Jay-Z might be included in the Diddy list. Hollywood is reportedly hiding as the attorney for Sean Diddy Combs' accusers, Tony Buzby, made a note to say he would publicly name A-listers tied to the case.
We will pursue this matter, no matter who the evidence implicates.
Sources say some of them have started to pay off the alleged people to keep them from implicating them in the news that could be bigger than all of the Hollywood drama possible. Since then, fans have been suspicious of other celebrities like Jay-Z and Beyonce. Speaking on the Piers Morgan show, Jaguar claimed that Jay-Z and Beyonce are not good people, linking them to Diddy. Not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well. She stated, "They're a bad little couple. They do bad things, keeping people against their will, putting people on planes when they're not aware." Jaguar is a singer and songwriter who has previously collaborated with Jay-Z, The Roots, and Blackalicious. Many people have different opinions about Jaguar Wright. My question is, if what she's saying is untrue, why hasn't anyone sued her? I received various responses. Some people believe it's because everything she claims is true, making a lawsuit impossible. Others suggest that she can't be sued if she lacks the funds to pay. What do you guys think? The wild allegations were slammed by the couple's lawyer, who was also hired by Tupac Shakur's family to investigate Diddy's ties to his passing in 1996. Pierce complied and issued an apology. "Editing interviews is not something we do lightly," said Pierce. He also explained why he invited Jaguar to his show. "The reality of the modern world is that pretty much everyone has a platform as long as they have something to say that other people want to hear," he argued. "That's why we invited Jaguar to be interviewed. The people making these claims have an audience with or without shows like mine." In the same interview, Jaguar referred to Jay-Z as a monster who starts little fires everywhere. She gave the same label to Diddy, who is one of the worst people she's ever met.
Everyone knew he was the devil. He's been the devil.
She's been telling industry stories on her YouTube channel, Real Life Productions, for years. Jaguar isn't the only music personality to question Jay-Z and Beyonce's relationship amid Diddy drama. Rapper Lord Jamar thinks Jay-Z is linked to Diddy. He said, "You know, I will say that Jay-Z, if he was doing ill like that, he was more quiet about it," he told the Art of Dialogue podcast.
Jay-Z, if he was doing ill like that, he was more quiet about it.
He then called Jay-Z's relationship with Beyonce abnormal.
It's kind of abnormal when he got with Beyonce, like she was pretty young.
Beyonce was 19 when she started dating the 31-year-old Jay-Z. Jamar added that rapper Foxy Brown also dated the Roc Nation founder when she was 16 and he was 25. Many fans are also suspicious about his past relationship with Aaliyah. In the same podcast episode, Jamar commented on Jay-Z and Diddy's friendship, saying, "I feel like I've heard a rumor damn near about all of them. Have I heard a little stuff about Jay-Z? Yep.
Have I heard a little bit about Jay-Z? Yup."
Diddy's ex-bodyguard Gene Deal recently revealed that at one point Diddy disliked Jay-Z so much that he was trying to get Ja Rule to go at Jay-Z back in the early 2000s. But one time he said he and Diddy went to go see Jay-Z where the rappers connected, laughing and joking until they started giving garden parties together the next years. Gene echoed Jamar's statements about Jay-Z being more discreet than Diddy. "The people in power that gave that ring to Diddy, Jay-Z was next in line," Gene told Cam Capone News. So to separate him when in fact they may be two of the same, but because Jay-Z is low-key, that low-key sneaky stuff, and Diddy was rambunctious, just out with it, it don't mean they're not two of the same. Former Detective Derek Parker recently spoke with the News Nation's The Scoop about Diddy's list, which he's convinced includes Jay-Z. Derek is known as the hip-hop cop for investigating the 90s hip-hop scene during the East Coast-West Coast rap wars. When asked if he knew Jay-Z was involved in the freak-off parties, Derek said, "I would say that it's alleged that he knows." Derek then mentioned other big names that may be named on the freak-off list once it goes public, including Ashton Kutcher, who was recently accused of protecting Diddy, LeBron James, Chris Brown, the Kardashians who attended freak-off parties, Usher, and Justin Bieber. Derek noted that Justin and Usher might as well be victims. When asked what he thought the turning point for Diddy's drama was, Derek said on his way up the industry, he probably thought maybe he was invincible with some of the things that he did. The hip-hop cop emphasized that Diddy's old interviews reflect on how he had no care about what he said to you or what he did to you. Host Paula Froelich added that she met people saying Diddy bragged about having the cops on his payroll. He's got cops who can sort everything out in New York, LA, Miami, but Derek said he hadn't had a connection with the rapper for years, so he couldn't confirm it, but it could be possible. When reading through online discussions, it's fascinating to see the wide range of opinions surrounding the topic. Some people are firmly convinced that Jay-Z and Beyonce are involved in some way, while others believe that the situation has devolved into a witch hunt, insisting that Beyonce is largely unproblematic. I personally have no idea about the truth of it all. Only time will reveal the reality of the situation. However, it seems that several high-profile celebrities are significantly involved, adding to the complexity of the narrative. The contrast in perspectives highlights how divided people can be on celebrity matters, often leading to intense debates. It'll be interesting to see how this unfolds in the future. When it comes to Jaguar Wright, I'll read you some opinions that people have written online. One person said Jaguar is putting her spin on some truths, but she comes across as if she has a personality disorder. I've worked with such individuals. She's not always coherent with info. Believe there's some truth, but something is very off with her. Another said, Jaguar Wright is telling the truth. Definitely that stuff adds up. With another person saying Jaguar is entirely credible, she will end up giving her life for the truth because they are out to silence her. Everything she said makes sense and is slowly being revealed as truth. On the show Street Stars, she's giving just enough info for everyone to put the pieces together. The last comment I want to read you guys says, I saw a few Jaguar interviews and she had my attention just like wild reality TV content. Then I saw her throw her son's ashes and rub them on her face, and then I asked YouTube to stop recommending me this type of content. She's not all there. She was in a cult, Carbon Nation. Her son came out and said they did witchcraft on her. Her time in the industry was very short-lived. So in my opinion, she's a compulsive liar and stay connected in her own way. She's forever doing interviews, talking. I personally think she likes the attention. Beyonce's dark secret finally gets exposed. One of Beyonce's biggest secrets that she's been hiding is that she forces other artists to praise her while they're on stage, and if they don't, it ends bad for them. Have you noticed that all artists are forced to thank her when they receive awards? Guys, there are videos of celebrities on stage in tears and pretty much begging to stay on her good side. Adele cried and said, Beyonce, you are the artist of our lives, through tears. She also broke her Grammy in half to give a piece to Beyonce.
The Lemonade album was just so monumental.
Same with Lizzo. Her entire speech was in tears, thanking Beyonce and giving her full credit to what Lizzo is today. Britney Spears won a Grammy, and instead of taking her moment, she chose to talk about how beautiful and amazing Beyonce was.
She can do it all. She's a triple threat.
Lady Gaga, who was hosting, even took the mic to talk about Beyonce.
Beyonce is a beautiful soul.
It's so bizarre. Celebrities like Megan Thee Stallion and many others. There's even a theory that Kanye West saved Taylor Swift in the moment that he went on stage, took the mic and said Beyonce had one of the best albums of all time.
But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
Beyonce looked thrilled when he did that, by the way. Rewatch the tape.
One of the best videos of all time.
So back to what I was saying, there's a creepy theory about Beyonce that is spreading on TikTok like wildfire, according to which the so-called Queen Bee is the biggest fear of the music industry. It all started after the arrest of Diddy, who is very close to Beyonce's husband, Jay-Z. Theories that Diddy and Jay-Z are the bad boys of music and that those who are not with them do not end well, and then began to spread on TikTok. Tupac, Biggie, Aaliyah, Brittany Murphy, Michael Jackson, and many other celebrities who passed away unexpectedly were mentioned. And then the matter went further and Beyonce's name began to be mentioned more and more often. While Aaliyah was the princess of pop, Beyonce had to be the queen of pop. If Aaliyah hadn't passed away, no one would know about Beyonce today, was a sentence that spread on social media along with old photos of Beyonce and Aaliyah together. After that, TikTok was flooded with videos in which today's biggest celebrities in the world surprisingly always thank and mention Beyonce when receiving awards at important events. A few comments said, why does everyone keep bringing up Beyonce when she loses? Should they do this? Everyone is afraid of Beyonce. At the 27 Grammy Awards, Adele won Album of the Year, with Beyonce also nominated in the same category that year. During the speech when she accepted the award, Adele said that Beyonce deserved the award for her album Lemonade. She also said that she is a person that she's admired throughout her life and a source of inspiration for many performers.
We all got to see another side to you that you don't always let us see, and we appreciate that.
She broke down down in tears, broke the award in half, and threw a piece of Beyonce, who was sitting in the audience. 6 years later, Beyonce again did not win a Grammy for either Song of the Year or Album of the Year categories. She was beat by Lizzo at the time, who also used her stage microphone time to thank Beyonce and praise her music through tears. When her husband Jay-Z was accepting a Grammy award for his contribution to the music industry, he also mentioned Beyonce and the fact that she has never won a Grammy for Album of the Year, and that doesn't make sense, he said.
Most Grammys never won Album of the Year. That doesn't work.
In 2009, perhaps the strangest moment in the history of music industry occurred. At the MTV Video Music Awards, Kanye West interrupted the speech of Taylor Swift, who at the moment was receiving the award for Best Video by a Female Artist for the clip of the song You Belong With Me. As Taylor thanked the audience, Kanye took the stage, took the microphone, and declared that Beyonce should have received the award for her video Single Ladies, which sent weird vibes throughout the room. Later that night, after winning the second prize, Beyonce called on Taylor to finish her speech that Kanye interrupted. This, among other things, resulted in Taylor Swift and Kanye West's years-long feud, but theorists on TikTok are now claiming that this is how Kanye saved Taylor Swift's life. So many celebrities seem like they are scared to rub Beyonce the wrong way. I asked intuitive soul coach, writer, and YouTuber Cerise Fairfax what her feelings were on Beyonce and these weird rumors. What she had to say was, Destiny's Child was when we first saw Beyonce, and she just fit in with the other girls. But it was very soon after that Kelly Rowland started to shine. Her voice was better, her dance moves were better, and they actually had her kicked out of Destiny's Child because she was getting more of the attention than Beyonce. They gave her some dancing lessons, they gave her some singing lessons, and eventually she started to find herself. There's a lot of rumors spreading about Aaliyah and Aaliyah's passing. Allegedly, there have been some rumors about Jay-Z being involved. We don't know, of course, it's only alleged, but Damon Dash, who was Aaliyah's boyfriend at the time and Jay-Z's ex-partner at the time, will say for sure that something deceitful went down. Before getting on the plane, Aaliyah contacted Damon Dash and said, I don't feel comfortable getting on this plane, my intuition is telling me not to get on. He told her don't get on, but she said, you know I have to. She got on the plane and she passed away. The rest was history. Her songs to this day are amazing and she still outclasses Beyonce. There have been a lot of people who mess with Jay-Z, and it is said that Beyonce ended most of their careers. Diddy is going down, but he won't have to tell on anyone because the videos will tell everything. Jay-Z has been wanted for a while, and the Beehive is going to see that Beyonce and Jay-Z are somewhat of a dirty little couple. The world is going to see them for what they truly are. I don't think that they can coax the officials and the authorities into hiding their information. No amount of money is going to pay for the cleansing of the music industry. So that was Cerise Fairfax. You can follow her on YouTube or you can follow her on Instagram. Jay-Z, Diddy, and Beyonce share a long relationship based on personal and professional connections in the music industry. Jay-Z and Diddy have been friends since the early 1990s when they both rose to fame coming from similar backgrounds in New York. Their friendship spans decades and includes numerous musical collaborations and business ventures. In 1997, they collaborated on Diddy's debut album, and since then, they supported each other in public, appearing together at various events, such as Diddy's lavish 50th birthday bash in 2019. In 2003, Beyonce and Diddy recorded the song Summertime together. Although there is currently no evidence that Jay-Z and Beyonce are directly involved in the alleged cases against Diddy, there have been rumors that the situation has caused strain in their marriage. In a series of Instagram story posts recently, Foxy Brown attempted to debunk rumors that she and Jay-Z had a relationship when she was underage. Foxy initially posted and addressed a screenshot of a tweet alleging that Jay-Z made her sign an NDA, among other things, calling it fake news. She then posted a screenshot of a YouTube video saying she's breaking her silence about Jay-Z and references one of her IG stories where she tells someone, my story will shock you to your core. I don't play victim, but I had to step away for a minute for my sanity or I would have passed away, in response to a fan giving her positive words. The rumors about their relationship started when Nas mentioned their alleged relationship on 2001's diss song Ether. The rumors have ramped up on social media since Diddy was arrested.
Here are some secret details about Beyonce that she hides from the public. Her connection with P. Diddy. Beyonce is currently facing online discourse over her association with P. Diddy, as he's been hit with some serious charges, as you all know. For decades, Diddy has been a central figure in pop culture, known not only for his successful music career, but also for his larger-than-life personality and infamous parties. Given his A-list status since the 1990s, he has naturally rubbed shoulders with other high-profile stars, including Beyonce and her husband Jay-Z. Jay-Z has long been part of Diddy's inner circle, and no, that's not an innuendo. And this connection has piqued the curiosity of many online sleuths. Speculation about the nature of Beyonce and Jay-Z's relationship with Diddy has intensified, leading to an influx of questions on Beyonce's social media. Recently, her Instagram was flooded with comments demanding answers about her connection to Diddy.
Now I'm making mistakes and I'm learning from them and I'm not afraid to make mistakes.
Users posted everything from memes and GIFs to direct accusations. One commenter bluntly asked, "How can you admire someone involved in disturbing things?" While another insisted, "We want the truth," in all caps. More superstitious social media users took things further, suggesting that Beyonce might regret her association with Diddy, especially now that his alleged acts are coming to light. One person accused her of selling her soul, stating, "Selling your soul wasn't worth it, was it? What goes up must come down." Others directed their criticism at Jay-Z, with one comment reading, "I can't wait to see Jay-Z go down for everyone he's wronged." Despite the uproar, neither Beyonce nor Jay-Z were mentioned in Diddy's recently unsealed 14-page indictment, and neither has been charged or arrested in connection with his legal troubles. Accusations of theft. In July 2023, Beyonce dropped her long-awaited 7th studio album, Renaissance, which paid tribute to the music and artists of the 70s and 80s. The album featured a mix of samples and interpolations, interpolations being altered versions of existing tracks, while samples directly copy sections of other songs without modification. One of the most talked about interpolations was Kellis's 2003 hit, Milkshake.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard and they're like, "It's better than yours,"
which Beyonce used in the song Energy.
I hear you just got paid, making rain. Energy.
However, the album's release was marred by a technical glitch that led to the isolated vocals of Kellis being played without any accompanying music on streaming platforms like Tidal and Apple Music. The glitch didn't go unnoticed by Kellis, who wasn't exactly thrilled by the use of her track. She took to Instagram, specifically her chef account, to voice her displeasure, even going so far as to accuse Beyonce of theft. It's not a collaboration, it's theft. The level of disrespect and utter ignorance of all three parties involved is astounding, she added, referencing Beyonce and others who worked on the song. Family drama over her marriage. One of the most talked about incidents in Beyonce's personal life is the infamous elevator altercation that took place after the 2014 Met Gala. In leaked footage from a New York hotel elevator, Solange Knowles can be seen yelling at Jay-Z before asserting herself onto him, all while Beyonce stood by and watched. The altercation lasted several moments before a security guard stepped in to restrain Solange. Interestingly, Beyonce didn't intervene right away, allowing Solange to express her anger before finally stepping in to defuse the situation. The video sparked a media frenzy, and rumors flew about what could have prompted the situation. A source later told People that designer Rachel Roy, famously referred to as Becky with the good hair in Beyonce's song Sorry, was the instigator. Apparently, something she said earlier in the evening upset Solange, leading her to confront Jay-Z in the elevator. About 10 days after the incident, the family released a joint statement, saying that Jay-Z and Solange both took responsibility for their roles in the argument. The statement emphasized their desire to move forward as a united family. She isn't a fan of Kim Kardashian. While it may seem like every A-lister has crossed paths at some point, Beyonce and Kim Kardashian have never really hit it off. Despite being seen together at events and even having their photos taken together due to their husband's friendship, insiders claim that Beyonce has never been particularly fond of the reality star. Over the years, Kim has reportedly made efforts to bond with Beyonce, but her attempts were met with indifference. During a 2012 performance at the Made in America festival, where their husbands took the stage together, eyewitnesses noted that the two women barely acknowledged each other. The following year, Beyonce was invited to Kim's baby shower but was a no-show, fueling rumors that she was uninterested in developing a friendship. The truth between the two became more evident in 2014 when Beyonce and Jay-Z skipped Kim and Kanye's highly publicized wedding. According to reports, Beyonce simply didn't want to attend. Fans have continued to speculate about the cold relationship between them, with some drawing connections to Beyonce's lyric in the song Heated from her Renaissance album. Uncle Johnny made my dress, that cheap spandex, she looks a mess. Many have interpreted the cheap spandex line as a dig at Kim's shapewear brand Skims, sparking even more rumors of an ongoing feud. One user on X, formerly known as Twitter, joked, "Kim K is quaking." Unintentional shade at the Jackson family. In 2008, Beyonce found herself in hot water after an interview with Elle magazine where she appeared to throw shade at the Jackson family. While discussing her own upbringing, Beyonce compared her family's dynamics to that of the Jacksons, saying, "We're African American and work together as a family, so people assume we're like the Jacksons. But I didn't have parents using me to get out of a bad situation." While the comment might have seemed innocent, it did not sit well with the Jacksons, particularly Janet Jackson. Sources close to Janet said that she was both hurt and confused by Beyonce's remarks. Janet felt Beyonce had no reason to bring up her family in such a context, especially since the two didn't really know each other. Janet was reportedly upset that Beyonce seemed to be elevating her own family while making the Jacksons sound like they were using their children. Though the water ran high for a while, nothing major came of the situation, and Beyonce was later seen attending Janet's Las Vegas show in 2019. Hypocrisy in her anti-capitalism message. Beyonce has been celebrated for her music, which often promotes empowerment, independence, and self-confidence, particularly for women and the Black community. Her visuals for Lemonade were hailed for celebrating Black female strength and pride, featuring powerful imagery of Black women in royal attire. However, some critics have pointed out that while Beyonce preaches anti-capitalist messages in her music, she has also accumulated enormous wealth, which seems to contradict those values. For example, in the song Break My Soul from her 2022 album, Beyonce sings about quitting a job and seeking fulfillment elsewhere. One writer for The Independent criticized the song for its unrealistic message, pointing out that Beyonce, with her estimated $440 million net worth, is far removed from the struggles of the working class. The writer argued that Beyonce's advice to quit a job sounds more like a middle-class platitude than genuine solidarity with people facing financial hardships. Mystery surrounding her relationship with Jay-Z. Despite being one of the most famous couples in the world, Beyonce and Jay-Z have always kept the specifics of their relationship under wraps. The two married in 2008, but the details of when they first met and started dating have been shrouded in mystery. While it's known that they began dating in the early 2000s, recent attention has been brought to a resurfaced video from Jay-Z's 2006 birthday where Beyonce spoke about their relationship. In the video, Beyonce said that she was 20 when they first started dating, implying they'd been together for 5 years by then. However, in previous interviews, she had stated that she was only 18 when she met and 19 when they began dating, while Jay-Z was 30 at the time. This age difference has sparked renewed interest and debate online, with some questioning the dynamics of their early relationship. Her diva status. Beyonce has earned a reputation as a diva, a label that reflects both her commanding stage presence and her exacting standards. Over the years, her diva status has been both celebrated and criticized, with some fans praising her attention to detail and others pointing out her more outrageous demands. Recently, during her Renaissance tour, Beyonce made headlines for a particularly unusual request: her own personal toilet seat. According to reports, Beyonce had a special toilet seat transported with her from venue to venue, along with a custom golf cart to carry it discreetly. The item was labeled Beyonce Toilet Seats, ensuring that the superstar wouldn't have to use public restrooms while on tour. This isn't the first time her tour rider has raised eyebrows. In the past, Beyonce has been known to request specific items like alkaline water chilled to exactly 21 degrees, $900 titanium straws, and even red toilet paper. Celebrities are usually fearless. I mean, they got security with them everywhere sometimes, and I don't even think they really need them. You want to know the only time celebrities are scared? When their image could be affected. So many celebrities are scared to speak out about P. Diddy. In a recent report, experts asserted that there are plenty of explanations for why most A-list celebrities have remained mute on Diddy's ongoing legal situation. Not everyone has spoken out against the troubled hip-hop entrepreneur Sean Diddy Combs.
So, can't tell that one either.
Who was recently arrested and accused with 3 counts of fraud or coercion, along with another whole host of additional charges that are too complicated to discuss here. In addition to Kesha, Mary J. Blige, Don Richard, and Aubrey O'Day, members of Combs' girl group, Danity Kane, and former bad boy rapper turned politician, Shine, among others, have also joined in the hateful conversation against the Revolt founder, either openly or covertly.
I did say is that there were very curious things taking place. And I didn't necessarily understand.
Nevertheless, a seemingly never-ending list of well-known Hollywood celebrities who formerly had connections to Diddy have either remained inconspicuously silent or spoken only in hushed tones regarding the dubious rumors involving Diddy. On the list are his longtime friends Ashton Kutcher and Jay-Z, his protege Justin Bieber, Leonardo DiCaprio, who often shows up to Diddy's parties, the Kardashians, and another longtime buddy, Naomi Campbell. His ex-girlfriend Jennifer Lopez is also on the list. A Fox News article claims that analysts are adamant that many of the notable Hollywood stars on the list are keeping quiet despite the music mogul's recent indictment and arrest because they are scared, even though none of them have been linked to the criminal case. Celebrities are silent because they're scared of their brands bleeding out with fans over ties to Diddy. And worse, they fear if they cross him, things could end in disaster, said Eric Schiffer, CEO of Reputation Management Consultants. Diddy, who is notorious for his wild parties, frequently invited a wide range of celebrities to his events. However, an overwhelming majority of the music and entertainment industry has remained outside the picture, as there is no shortage of reasons why they haven't weighed in on the allegations regarding Diddy, claimed Doug Eldridge, founder of Achilles PR. And why does that stand the test of time? Well, these celebrities have little choice but to maintain their distance due to the severity of the charges, the detailed allegations in the indictment, and the long-standing rumors surrounding Diddy. Most likely in order to prevent any linkages to the accusations made against him, which date back to the early 2000s. Rodney Lil Rod Jones accused Diddy of some horrible things in February 2024, after he made waves for bringing a $30 million lawsuit against him. You can certainly guess why that is. The rapper-producer who collaborated with Combs on his 2023 The Love album stayed primarily out of the public eye and said nothing in spite of the lawsuit. In a rare move, he ultimately broke his silence in August in an interview with the Rolling Stone, denouncing Diddy as a monster who might use any measures required to get out of a situation and never take no for an answer. He said that he told me himself, "I'll smack my mama." Anybody who can say that even jokingly is a monster. He's nothing to be played with. For a person whose brand is Love Records and changed their name to Love and named their kid Love, he doesn't show love. He's just marketing. Jones further claimed that he hasn't been able to land a steady job in the sector since he sued Diddy. It feels like there are so many people quietly rooting for Combs, or maybe they're rooting for me and just scared to say something, he added. The indictment against Diddy, unsealed after his arrest in New York City, indirectly expounds Lil Rod's side of the story, claiming the bad boy for life secured absolute loyalty from people linked with his business through threats. Prosecutors contend that through various acts against individuals who witnessed the crimes committed by members and associates of the enterprise, Diddy's economic empire evaded detention for any purported unlawful involvement. The fact that celebrities aren't discussing this is even more intriguing in light of a recent resurfacing of a 2-decade-old video in which Diddy makes light of locking women inside his extravagant parties. In the video, Combs told Conan O'Brien in a 2002 interview that he hosts parties with loads of beautiful women and drinks. A lot of ladies drink water at parties, so if you don't have what they need, they're gonna leave.
Right. You know, so if you don't have what they need, they're gonna leave.
Gotta keep them there. You need locks on the doors.
Right. You need locks on the doors.
Combs said, adding that he keeps the AC off and the room hot so people get comfortable and loose. Eldridge said that the scope and scale of evidence that was collected during the federal raid included phones, computers, and now more than 50 individuals who are reportedly cooperating as witnesses. And the purported depth and reach of those who might be complicit and therefore compromised for having participated in Diddy's illicit parties is staggering. Combs entered a not guilty plea to the allegations in federal court in Lower Manhattan very recently. Combs faces a minimum of 15 years in prison. One of the most persistent rumors in the entertainment industry for years has been that the majority of well-known actors and singers are part of satanic ritualistic groups and corruption networks. Apparently, many of these claims are starting to hold up in real life. The Diddy case is unique since it involves multiple politicians in addition to a number of well-known entertainers. Combs is in hot water, and it appears that the drama has intensified. Gene Deal, his ex-bodyguard, recently revealed on the Art of Dialogue podcast that Diddy possesses recordings of politicians who took part in his infamous freak-off sessions. Deal made a suggestion that these recordings may connect Diddy's present legal issues to a much wider New York City corruption network. He stated this is all bigger than Diddy, without mentioning any specific person. Since federal officials searched Diddy's properties in Miami and Los Angeles and discovered over 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant allegedly used for his notorious parties, his life has been somewhat unpredictable. Diddy's friend and supporter in the 1990s, Gene Deal, described how he saw the entrepreneur transform into a monster. He didn't hold back, saying Puff wasn't born a monster. He was made into a monster. He credits this transition to the darker side of the music industry, where Diddy learned some problematic tendencies. He was doing to other people what was done to him. That's a learned behavior, Deal stated. Diddy is the subject of numerous accusations, but it's obvious that his history isn't benefiting him in the present. Deal thinks that Diddy's indictment has more to do with a surge of high-profile resignations and corruption among New York officials than it does with his alleged misdeeds. People aren't going to tie this together, he said, but it appears that the puzzle pieces are starting to fit together. While Diddy continues to insist on his innocence, Deal refers to this as karma for his earlier deeds. He compared Diddy's arrest to the tragic ends of Tupac and Biggie Smalls and came to the conclusion that it was one of hip-hop's biggest tragedies. Deal stated he brought it on himself. He knew that he was wrong, and he knew that he learned something that wasn't right. It remains to be seen if this brings Diddy down or causes an even bigger upheaval in the music business, but one thing is certain, the drama's only getting started. Celebrities who warned us about Jay-Z and Beyonce. Jay-Z and Beyonce are often seen as the ultimate power couple, but not everyone in Hollywood buys into their carefully curated image.
Honestly, I think that this is the kind of couple that will stay together because it's good for business.
Over the years, several celebrities have spoken out against the duo, raising questions about their character, business practices, and influence.
Jay is about the money, period.
From shady behavior to alleged puppeteering behind the scenes, these stars have issued warnings about the true nature of Jay-Z and Beyonce. Jaguar Wright. Singer Jaguar Wright hasn't held back when it comes to her thoughts on Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Sean Carter is just as bad as the diddler.
Known for her raw and unfiltered commentary on the music industry, Jaguar has accused the power couple of playing a key role in what she describes as the darker side of the business.
They're a nasty little couple. They do nasty things.
In a series of interviews, Jaguar alleged that Jay-Z has a history of betraying those closest to him, claiming he abandoned collaborators and artists who helped build his empire. She also targeted Beyonce, accusing her of being complicit in maintaining their image while ignoring the fallout for others in their orbit. Jaguar's most jaw-dropping claims include mentions that Jay-Z manipulates the industry to maintain his dominance, often at the expense of smaller artists and collaborators. Kanye West. Kanye West's once close relationship with Jay-Z has been overshadowed by years of tension and public feuds. Their friendship, which began during their early collaborations on tracks like Run This Town, soured in the mid-2010s, when Kanye repeatedly called out Jay-Z and Beyonce during his concerts. In a now infamous rant during his 2016 St. Pablo tour, Kanye accused Jay-Z of prioritizing business over friendship. "You didn't call me after my wife got robbed in Paris," Kanye said, referencing Kim Kardashian's traumatic robbery. He also claimed Beyonce puppeteered awards shows to ensure her victories, calling into question her fair competition in the industry. Rihanna. While Rihanna has never directly criticized Beyonce, her tense relationship with Jay-Z has led to speculation about her feelings toward the couple. Signed to Roc Nation early in her career, Rihanna rose to superstardom under Jay-Z's mentorship. However, rumors about conflicts between Rihanna and Beyonce have swirled over years, with many pointing to the infamous 2005 Pon de Replay incident. At the time, Beyonce was allegedly unhappy with the attention Rihanna was receiving as Jay-Z's protege. Reports suggested that Beyonce felt threatened by Beyonce's rising star, leading to a chilly relationship between the two women. The tensions reportedly escalated when Rihanna distanced herself from Roc Nation in the mid-2010s, choosing to carve her own path. Solange Knowles. Even Beyonce's sister Solange hasn't been immune to the drama surrounding Jay-Z. The infamous 2014 elevator altercation after the Met Gala remains one of the most talked about moments in celebrity history. While the trio released a statement calling it a private family matter, rumors swirled that Solange was defending Beyonce after learning about Jay-Z's alleged infidelity. 50 Cent. 50 Cent has never shied away from expressing his dislike for Jay-Z. In interviews and on social media, 50 has accused Jay-Z of being out of touch and overly concerned with maintaining his image. In a 2020 interview, 50 Cent described an awkward encounter with Beyonce, claiming she aggressively confronted him for criticizing Jay-Z. According to 50, Beyonce jumped out at him like she was ready to fight, a moment he said was both surprising and humorous. Carrie Hilson. Carrie Hilson's career took a hit after releasing her 2009 single, Turnin' Me On, which fans interpreted as a diss track aimed at Beyonce. In the song, Carrie sings about an unnamed star who needs to sit down and stop acting like she runs the town. While Carrie never confirms the song was about Beyonce, the backlash was swift. Fans accused her of being disrespectful, and industry insiders suggested the fiasco damaged her career. Years later, Carrie hinted that powerful figures in the industry, possibly including Jay-Z and Beyonce, had worked behind the scenes to blacklist her. Tamar Braxton. Tamar Braxton has thrown subtle shade at Beyonce in the past, sparking speculation about her true feelings toward the superstar. During an interview on The Breakfast Club, Tamar appeared to critique artists who rely on flashy performances and elaborate visuals instead of pure vocal talent, a comment many believed was directed at Beyonce. While Tamar didn't name names, fans immediately drew parallels to Beyonce's high-energy performances, which often include intricate choreography and dramatic singing. Tamar's comments reignited debates about Beyonce's artistic credibility, with critics suggesting that her theatricality sometimes overshadows her vocal ability. The subtle digs didn't go unnoticed by the Beehive, who were quick to defend her queen. Lil' Kim. Lil' Kim has had a complicated relationship with Jay-Z and Beyonce over the years. While she has publicly praised Beyonce's artistry, she hasn't hesitated to call out Jay-Z when she feels slighted. One of the most notable moments came during an interview where Lil' Kim alleged that Jay-Z had blocked her from performing at events and receiving proper recognition in the industry. She accused him of prioritizing his own protégés over other talented artists, describing him as overly controlling. Lil' Kim's criticism highlights a recurring theme in Jay-Z's career: accusations that he uses his influence to sideline those who don't fit neatly into his vision of success. Wendy Williams. Talk show host Wendy Williams has built a career on delivering hot takes, and Jay-Z and Beyonce have frequently been in her crosshairs. Over the years, Wendy has questioned everything from their marriage to their parenting style, often sparking backlash from the couple's devoted fanbase. One of Wendy's most interesting comments came when she suggested that Beyonce's public persona was carefully manufactured, claiming, "I believe Beyonce is one of the greatest performers, but she's not the brightest girl in the room." The comment ignited a firestorm, with fans accusing Wendy of being unnecessarily cruel. Wendy has also speculated about the authenticity of their marriage, suggesting that the relationship is more about brand preservation than true love. Dame Dash. Dame Dash, a former business partner of Jay-Z, has been one of the most vocal critics of the rap mogul. The two co-founded Rockefeller Records in the 1990s, but their partnership ended in a bitter split that left Dash feeling betrayed. In interviews, Dash has accused Jay-Z of abandoning him and their shared vision to pursue personal gain. He claims that Jay-Z's loyalty only extends as far as his own interests, calling him out for cutting ties with people who helped him rise to the top. Dash also hinted at tension between Jay-Z and Beyonce, suggesting that their relationship is more of a business arrangement than a genuine partnership. Keisha Cole. Keisha Cole famously clashed with Beyonce after the release of Bow Down / I Been On, a 2013 track that saw Beyonce adopt a more aggressive tone. Keisha took to Twitter to criticize the song, writing, "First women need to stick together, now we better bow, SMH." The backlash from Beyonce's fanbase was swift and unforgiving, with many accusing Keisha of being bitter and irrelevant. While Keisha later defended her comments, the incident highlighted how Beyonce's bold statements can polarize even her peers in the music industry. Keisha's critique also touched on a broader criticism of Beyonce's branding, the perceived contradictions between her feminist messaging and her assertive, sometimes confrontational persona she shows in her songs. Kid Rock. Kid Rock has made no secret of his disdain for Beyonce, delivering scathing remarks about her popularity. In a 2015 interview, the rocker dismissed her as overrated, saying, "Beyonce to me doesn't have a real Sweet Home Alabama or Purple Rain. She's just a great performer with a lot of hits." Kid Rock's comments sparked immediate backlash, with fans accusing him of being out of touch and possibly fueled by jealousy. However, his critique echoed a sentiment shared by some in the industry, that Beyonce's success is more about spectacle than substance. Queen Bee is perhaps one of the most well-known women in the music industry. But as it turns out, fame doesn't always come with adoration. These are some celebs who just cannot stand Beyonce. Lily Allen. On Lily Allen's Miss Me podcast in April 2024, she stated that Beyonce's apparent abrupt move into country music was quite calculated to her. According to Allen, the real driving force behind Beyonce's career switch was a bit about challenging these institutions that have thus far rejected Beyonce as the icon and institution she is herself. Lily used this incident to support her claims. She said that Beyonce had worn a cowboy hat to the Grammy Awards, where she witnessed her husband, Jay-Z, criticize the Recording Academy for never having given her Album of the Year during her illustrious career. Additionally, Allen wasn't a big fan of Beyonce's rendition of Dolly Parton's hit song Jolene, which was featured on Cowboy Carter.
You do you, Beyonce, and she literally is doing her. Or is she doing Dolly?
Lily was perplexed as to why Beyonce, instead of pursuing her own distinct route, opted to perform one of the genre's most popular songs. Moreover, the outspoken British comedian quipped that she didn't really see anyone competing for Jay-Z, so she didn't really need to sing Jolene. Needless to say, social media users strongly objected to Allen's comments. Azealia Banks. Azealia Banks wasn't immediately enamored with Beyonce's Cowboy Carter concept. The rapper claimed on her Instagram stories that there was nothing country about it shortly after releasing Texas Hold'em, according to Music News. She also forewarned Beyonce, saying, "You're inviting more mockery into your life. Country music has a theatrical quality to it. The critics won't just put up with Jay-Z's bullying and unsightly blonde wig. It should come as no surprise that the record failed to alter her perception of the Grammy winner." Following the release of Cowboy Carter, Banks shared on Instagram stories once more how much she enjoyed the album and wished it had been shorter. Like Lily Allen, the rapper was likewise perplexed as to why Beyonce covered Jolene for her spouse, believing that no one would desire to snatch him away. Banks felt the same way about Beyonce's enormous 2016 release of Lemonade. She went after the hugely popular album on X, which was once known as Twitter, as Billboard reported at the time. She said, "Don't think for a second that Beyonce was intelligent enough to come up with any of those ideas on her own." In a different tweet, Banks reiterated her divisive viewpoint, writing, "She takes food out of darker-skinned women's mouths and pretends to be inspired." She added that Beyonce didn't embrace her African-American heritage until it started to become a trend that she could capitalize on. Kid Rock. In a 2015 interview with Rolling Stone, Kid Rock acknowledged that he was perplexed by Beyonce's popularity. "Beyonce, to me, doesn't have a purple rain, but she's the biggest thing on earth," the country star raged. He was unable to comprehend that she could have a successful career without a hit song like Old Time Rock and Roll or Sweet Home Alabama, which Rock famously sampled himself. Beyonce has undoubtedly had a good number of hits that have reached the top of the charts, such as Crazy in Love, Irreplaceable, and Single Ladies, so I'm not sure what he's talking about. Piers Morgan and Wendy Williams. In a 2016 Daily Mail piece, Piers Morgan criticized Beyonce for straying into politics with her popular visual album Lemonade. When he got down to speak with Beyonce for CNN in 2018, the journalist said that she had left a fantastic impression on him. Morgan recalls Beyonce telling him that she was happy that people didn't overvalue her race and instead recognized her abilities for what they were. The talk show host, however, believed that Beyonce had made a whole 180-degree turn for Lemonade, purportedly choosing to prioritize her political beliefs over her musical career. Morgan asserted that he felt very uneasy watching these women being used in this way to sell an album, even if his heart went out to all the African Americans who had experienced problems with police. Notably, Wendy Williams made fun of Beyonce during an episode of her talk show of the same name, so Morgan isn't the only celebrity who doesn't like Beyonce. As they talked about Beyonce's 2013 documentary, Life is But a Dream, Williams said she loved the artist and would be watching. Then she said, "Fortunately, one of the TVs in our kitchen has closed captioning, so I'll be able to understand what she says." Williams continued, "You know, Beyonce can't talk. Beyonce sounds like she has a 5th grade education." Yeesh. Keisha Cole. After Beyonce released Bow Down / I Been On, also known as Flawless, in 2013, Keisha Cole became irate with Beyonce. The lyrics of the empowerment song talked about how her career had reached heights that many young women could only imagine. The line didn't sit well with Cole, as Billboard noted at the time. Cole tweeted, "Can't stand when people being all self-righteous when it's convenient, it makes them look good." The vocalist brought up the irony that Beyonce, who had always championed female unity, seemed to be calling herself superior in the song.
Beyonce has had a lot of moments in her life that were either bad for her or left a bad taste in people's mouth. I mean, what's worse than being connected to Diddy, right?
Not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well.
She walks up to the couch.
Yeah.
Watch how, her belly. A fake belly bump. Look how it squishes in. No.
They're a nasty little couple. They do nasty things.
People say Beyonce's album Lemonade is about how Jay-Z cheated on her.
There are even some reports saying that she actually faked her first pregnancy, which is pretty wild.
When Beyonce was pregnant with first child Blue Ivy Carter, tons of rumors were spread about it being a fake pregnancy.
So take a look at this. There was this interview that former singer and songwriter Jaguar Wright did with Piers Morgan, and she claimed that Jay-Z and Beyonce, they're not good people.
They're a nasty little couple. They do nasty things.
And she also implied that they have connections with Diddy and his parties, you know, the freak-off parties where all that stuff was going down. Yeah, she says that they were right up in it and knew all along. She describes them as a bad little couple. Now, Beyonce and Jay-Z's lawyer, they sent a request to remove those statements from the Piers Morgan interview, but it did raise a lot more questions in people's minds, especially since a cop known for investigating the hip-hop scene thinks that Jay-Z might be included in the Diddy list. You know, again, the list of people who knew about these freak-offs. In the Piers Morgan interview, Jaguar Wright claimed that Jay-Z and Beyonce were actually worse than Diddy. And Jaguar Wright, by the way, she has previously collaborated with Jay-Z as well as other artists. And she's been calling out Beyonce and Jay-Z for a while now, especially with reports that surfaced in early December of 2024 that claim that Jay-Z did some pretty messed up stuff to somebody who was 13 years old. Yeah, wild. Beyonce and Jay-Z, they did make a public appearance though after these claims came out. And things got a little bit weird. Like, they made a public appearance at the premiere of Mufasa. And it's a movie where their daughter, Blue Ivy, as well as Beyonce are doing voiceovers for some of the characters in the film. And at the premiere at the Dolby Theater in Hollywood, they were all smiles for the camera and on the red carpet, you know. Jay-Z and Beyonce, you know, they looked so happy. They were beaming with smiles when they saw their eldest child, Blue Ivy, having her big moment. One of the cameras even looked like they caught Jay-Z wiping away some tears from his eyes. Beyonce's mom, Tina Knowles, was also there too, and she joined the family on the red carpet. And before this, it was pretty awkward because there were even some rumors saying that Beyonce and Jay-Z didn't even plan to go to the premiere, but they changed their mind the last minute after all of these claims came out about Jay-Z. Also, on top of that, Beyonce's mom, Tina Knowles, claims that she was hacked after her Instagram account liked a post about Jay-Z being sued for what he did to the 13-year-old. And here's a message that she posted on Instagram. Like, I can't make this stuff up, guys. She says, "I was hacked. As you all know, I do not play about my family. So if you see something uncharacteristic of me, just know that it is not me." But so many people find this hard to believe because after the whole Diddy thing went down, apparently Usher got hacked and a couple other celebrities, and some celebrities like wiped their social media feeds. And now these claims about Jay-Z come out, and then apparently Tina Knowles gets hacked? Yeah, something fishy's going on, guys. What are the chances? And usually when people get hacked, more stuff happened to their account. It's not just, oh, one photo is liked. Other things happen, like cryptic posts may be posted, or spammy cryptocurrency scams are posted, or something. But just liking a photo doesn't seem like she was hacked. But either way, reports are saying that she, as well as Beyonce's sister Solange, are standing by Beyonce and Jay-Z no matter what through this time. There was also another moment that Beyonce had that was just pretty bad. On the Sunday night interview, fans noticed something pretty weird. As Beyonce walked in and sat down, her dress, which was kind of loose, showed that her belly, where her baby bump should have been, well, it looked like it was flatter and kind of indented. So people started with, the gossip and the speculations saying that, Beyonce is wearing a fake baby bump, as well as there was some talk about her using a surrogate to have her first child. Now, tabloids had a field day, of course, with all the rumors, all the gossip, and people took to social media to try to prove that her pregnancy was fake, while others tried to defend it. But later on, though, in her documentary called Life is But a Dream, Beyonce did her best to try and shut down the rumors by showing us her bare baby bump and talking about how happy she was to be pregnant. And in the end, there was no real proof to back up the rumors that this was a fake baby bump, and Blue Ivy was born healthy and happy. But the whole fake baby bump saga got a lot of media attention, and some people started to wonder if we could trust information that we get from Beyonce and Jay-Z. We know that they're private, but what's really going on? Interestingly enough, Jaguar Wright also says that her pregnancy was fake. But on the note of having children, though, and this is where the theories went wild, actually. So back in 2012, Beyonce and Jay-Z, they caused a huge uproar online because they took over an entire maternity ward at the hospital for the birth of their first child, Blue Ivy. Apparently, they dropped $1.3 million to make sure that they had the whole floor to themselves. And this all came with having a bunch of bodyguards and security measures to make sure that nobody came in. And this move didn't sit well with other women who were pregnant, and they felt that this was a bit unfair that Beyonce's celebrity status was disrupting their own birthing experience. One parent said that they were stuck in the NICU for 20 minutes before all the commotion. And, they weren't too pleased because they're like, hey, what's going on? Like, it's a hard time for us too. And now we got to be delayed even more because Beyonce and Jay-Z say so. Someone who worked at the hospital claimed that Beyonce had a fancy custom-made room all to herself and even used her security team to kick out other pregnant women who were in the ward. So yeah, guys, this was wild. So not only were other people who were expecting delayed, but the ones who were currently in the ward got kicked out. But a spokesperson for Beyonce and Jay-Z did end up saying that they did everything that they could to make sure that other people who were expecting at the time weren't inconvenienced. But that sadly was not the case.
Ooh, honey, it is a lot. Did y'all watch that whole thing? Oh my goodness. They said so much. Beyonce and Jay-Z, they've been lying to us this whole time, and I'm mad about it. Comment, I want to know your thoughts about this, okay? And I'll see y'all on the next upload.